At my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
Tonight on News 46, a pedestrian is killed on U.S. Highway 95. Lakeside invites everyone to a beach party this weekend. The Pony Express will be part of the Fall Festival this year. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, May 22nd, 2013, and I'm Monique Mitchell. A pedestrian was killed on U.S. Highway 95 near Railroad Pass. According to the press release by Nevada Highway Patrol, the accident occurred last night before 10 p.m. A 2012 Freightliner tractor pulling double trailers was traveling southbound on the U.S. 95 approaching Railroad Pass. At the time, a female pedestrian was walking in the southbound lane. The diesel struck the 37-year-old woman who died at a local hospital shortly after the accident occurred. The identification of the pedestrian is pending notification of next of kin. Well, Lakeside is having a barbecue beach party this Sunday. Everyone is invited for lots of fun, food, and prizes.
I'm here with Ian B. Clark, and we are on the beach here at Lakeside. We are here to tell you about Lakeside's Barbecue Beach Party 2013. We're here at the beach at Lakeside, like we told you, and this Sunday from 3 to 10 p.m. everyone's invited down here to the beach to have a great time, a barbecue and beach party. Is the weather going to behave?
Well, you know, it's expected to be around maybe like the upper 80s, so not too bad, and if there's a little bit of wind, it'll help cool it down some more.
There you go. So the Barbecue Beach Party once again begins at 3 p.m., lasts till 10 p.m. here at Lakeside at the corner of Homestead and Thousand Air. Once again, there's going to be barbecue, drink specials, live music, games, and prizes. They've been doing this every year, and it's been so much fun down here. You can have these barbecue pits. You can hang out with your family, bring all the kids, bring in-laws, bring everybody, because this Sunday is going to be so much fun. You get to go on the paddle boats and the canoe and have a big party here to celebrate the Memorial Day weekend. What's going to be the entertainment on Sunday?
The Sam and Danny Duo.
So they're going to be performing right here at 5 p.m. Of course, all this entertainment down here is free. You get to enjoy Memorial Day weekend here at Lakeside. Of course, the drink specials are going to be on a special bar out here on the beach. We have even birds that we can feed down here and enjoy the outdoors.
There's actually a bird that looks like a cow up there, so.
I don't know what that means.
It is, look, a cow.
All right, so I got to say is once again, beginning at 3 p.m. this Sunday, lasting till 10 p.m., you're invited for the barbecue beach party down here at Lakeside for Memorial Day weekend. Come on down and have a great time. This is Deanna O'Donnell.
And Ian B. Clark, News 46.
Well, the Nye County Commissioners have decided that Richard Billman will replace County Treasurer Mike Mayer for the rest of the term. Mayer resigned in March of this year for what he is calling medical reasons. Mayer had been threatened with prosecution after running months behind in filing monthly reports that also reportedly had discrepancies to the County Commission. The Pony Express will not be part of the Wild West extravaganza this year. They have decided to hold the trail ride fundraiser during the Fall Festival. Doug Shaw explains.
The Pony Express is a fundraiser and a trail ride around the community. It raises funds by selling and delivering envelopes.
They cost $5. You can address them to whomever you'd like to address them to. We will carry them on the ponies, and then we will deliver them to Petrek Park on Saturday. The names will be called out for the owners of the envelopes. Each envelope has got a Pony Express stamp on it and a cancellation. They can't be mailed in the U.S. mail, but they certainly can be put into a properly stamped envelope.
The envelopes are still not available to buy yet, but there is a basic idea behind them.
For every envelope that another nonprofit sells, they will get to keep $1 off that revenue, so that they'll have some income coming from it as well.
This year, there's going to be some changes in the event itself.
We're going to actually do the Pony Express in conjunction with the Fall Festival rather than the Wild West Extravaganza this year. Our idea is that we'll actually start the ride as part of the parade, and then at the end of the parade we will commence our trail ride and end up back at the park about 4 o'clock for mail delivery.
The money raised is going to CASA, or Court-Appointed Special Advocates, which helps kids in the foster care system.
The money that we raise after our expenses will go to that program, and we're going to have the envelopes printed this year showing the CASA logo on it, so that people will know that their money is going to a nonprofit organization and a very needed program.
For more information, call Doug Shaw at
751-1914, or they can send me an email at Siringo, that's SIRINGO 55 @gmail.com.
After the break, we learn about GERD, a common medical problem.
When it comes to chronic heartburn, what you don't know could hurt you.
These symptoms can sneak up on you and eventually take your life.
The story next on Prescription Health.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
Welcome back to News 46. Millions of Americans suffer from GERD, a chronic digestive disease that happens when stomach acid flows back into your food pipe. A lot of people know the condition causes heartburn, but there's a lot more to it. Andrew McIntosh reports on 5 common myths.
This health tip is brought to you by Humana.
Visit our local office in the Pahrump Valley Junction Shopping Center or call 775-727-0871.
It struck Wayne Vanek suddenly.
Chest pain, and got to the place where I almost thought I was having a heart attack.
Chronic heartburn, known as GERD, affects more than 21 million Americans, but there are a lot of myths out there. The first, it's not serious. Dr. James Rosser says it can actually develop into a deadly disease.
It can lead to the fastest growing cancer in America, esophageal cancer.
Another myth, heartburn is the only sign. In fact, a dry cough, sinus problems, and even asthma are symptoms.
Up to 60% of the patients in this country with asthma are theorized to be caused by acid reflux.
You might believe medicine will take care of it, but Dr. Rosser says the truth is drugs alone cure less than half of patients. Some think diet doesn't make a difference when dealing with GERD, but they're wrong. Soy milk, manuka honey, chamomile tea, bananas, and oatmeal can reduce symptoms. But stay away from chocolate, caffeine, alcohol, fatty foods, and canned foods.
Canned foods are terrible, and you know why? Because in order to extend the shelf life, they have a lot of acid in the canned foods.
The last myth, GERD only affects adults. Kids, even babies, can have reflux. But Dr. Rosser says no matter what your age, there's help.
You don't have to settle being miserable. That would be my takeaway.
I'm Andrew McIntosh reporting.
Dr. Rosser says many people are also unaware of the side effects of common heartburn medications. Some may cause pneumonia, diarrhea, bone fractures, and are even associated with a dangerous infection known as C. diff. He says for some patients, surgery may be a safe and better option. Well, the budget report has been released for Nye County. It reflects property tax collections, which dropped from $21.18 million in 2010 to 2011 to $17.43 million in 2011 to 2012. Total revenues declined from $57.9 million to $56.6 million. Consolidated taxes, which are primarily sales taxes, were up slightly from $12.27 million to $12.37 million. County expenses dropped from $68.9 million in fiscal year 2010 to 2011 to $58.87 million in fiscal year 2011 to 2012. The general budget was the biggest decline, which went down from $24.65 million to $18.5 million. The county spent more than it took in from the general fund. $58.86 million went out and $56.6 million came in a difference of $2.2 million. Well, today's Angie's List report tells us how to prevent dryer fires. Ian B. Clark reports.
Does your clothes dryer take one or more cycles to dry clothes, or does the dryer get hot to the touch? If you answered yes to one or more of these questions, ask yourself this. When was the last time you had your dryer vents cleaned? In today's Angie's List report, how a clogged dryer vent can actually spark a fire.
Clothes dryers are an appliance that make our life easier, but we often take them for granted. But we shouldn't. We need to maintain them, and most importantly, have our vents cleaned, because if we don't, the dryer won't run as efficiently, and it's potentially a fire hazard.
The dryer is designed to exhaust the heat and the moisture while it's drying. If that heat and moisture cannot get out of the dryer, then the dryer just sits there and keeps working itself, but it can't accomplish the drying, which then means the dryer works harder and heat builds up, and that's what could lead to a dryer vent fire.
Dryer vent cleaning should be left to the experts. They have the proper tools, and additionally, they know whether your dryer vent meets code, and they can fix it if it doesn't.
I turned the dryer on. He was outside looking to see if what the airflow was like. He was out there, and so he called me out. He was like, "Did you turn the dryer on?" I was like, "Yeah, sure did. It's running." He's like, "We're not getting any airflow out here." So he's like, "You guys might have a major clog."
Homeowner Brian Pinkins was surprised to see what the technician discovered during a cleaning.
He got out his tools and started to snake through our vent. And as he was doing that, like, nothing was happening. He said he could feel a large jam. Well, about 5 minutes later, a whole lot of dust and debris and dryer lint started coming out along with the bird's nest.
In the newer architecture today, many times the dryer is placed, the laundry area is placed where it's convenient for the homeowner, which means in the center part of the home. Then as a result, the vent can run quite a long distance. We see 15, 20, 25-foot vents all the time. The longer the vent, the harder it is for the dryer to get the lint out, but it is accomplished by the dryer if the vent's clean. But those homes with longer vents are more susceptible to fire.
We asked consumers whether they left their dryers running unattended, and many people said they hadn't even thought about that issue. One consumer in particular, who has a family of 7, said if she didn't leave it running while she was away from home, she'd never get her laundry done. While it may be convenient, you should never leave a dryer running while you're not at home. According to experts, 15,000 home fires a year are a result of dryers being left unattended.
I'm sure it's just a matter of time before something would have really happened.
A cleaning typically costs between $100 and $150 depending on the length and location of the vent. In addition to the reduced threat of a fire, cleaning can actually pay for itself in less than a year through the improved efficiency with less drying time required. This is Ian B. Clark for News 46.
A man thought to be a surviving British soldier was killed by 2 armed men in a frenzied attack on London streets today in what the government is treating as a suspected act of terrorism. Witnesses told of a gruesome scene in which the man was hit by a car, then hacked with cleavers, and his body dumped in the middle of the road in Woolwich, southeast London. The two suspects in the killing were injured in a confrontation with police and have been taken to 2 hospitals where they are being treated. One of the suspects said to reporters, "The only reason we killed this man is because Muslims are dying daily. This British soldier is an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth." Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you right after this break.